The day Daniel lost his job, he wasn't afraid because he was unemployed. He was afraid because he knew exactly how long his money would last. 15 days. That was it. 15 days before the lifestyle he had spent years building would completely collapse. But the most painful part wasn't losing his job. It was remembering the money he had wasted when he still had the chance to prepare. 3 years earlier, Daniel had received the biggest salary of his life. And that was when his financial problems truly began. This is Promisky Stories, where timeless stories with deep lessons are told. Click the subscribe button. Like and share your comments with us, it means a lot to us. Thank you as you do so. Daniel was 30. He had worked hard to get where he was. After years of struggling financially, he finally landed a job that paid him more than he had ever imagined. His first major salary was 2 million Nigerian nairas. He stared at the credit alert for several minutes. For someone who had once struggled to afford basic things, 2 million Nigerian nairas felt like a fortune. That evening, Daniel made himself a promise. Things are finally going to change. And they did. Just not in the way he expected. Within months, Daniel upgraded his phone. Then his clothes. Then his apartment. Then his car. His old friends started noticing. Daniel, you've changed. And secretly, he enjoyed hearing it. He had spent years watching other people live the life he wanted. Now it was his turn. Whenever he entered a restaurant, he didn't check the prices anymore. Whenever his friends needed help, he volunteered. When relatives called asking for money, Daniel rarely said no. He wasn't trying to be irresponsible. He genuinely wanted to help people. But Daniel had confused being generous with being financially available. And there was another problem. Every time his salary increased, his lifestyle increased with it. 2 million Nigerian nairas became 2.5 million Nigerian nairas. Then 3 million Nigerian nairas. Then almost 3.5 million Nigerian nairas. But somehow, Daniel was always waiting for the next salary. He told himself he would start saving soon. He told himself he would invest when things settled down. He told himself he was still young. There would always be time. Then one evening, his younger sister called him. She had been accepted into university. Daniel was excited. His mother couldn't afford the fees. His sister needed help. Daniel promised to take care of everything. But when he opened his bank account, something became painfully obvious. He had been earning good money for years. Yet he didn't have enough saved to comfortably handle the responsibility. Daniel borrowed money. He paid the fees. And he promised himself he would become serious about money. But after a few weeks, he returned to his old habits. Then came the purchase that would haunt him. Daniel saw a car he had always wanted. It was expensive. Very expensive. He didn't actually need it. His current car was working perfectly. But Daniel wanted the feeling that came with owning it. He wanted people to see that he had made it. So he took a large loan and bought the car. For the first few weeks, he was excited. People complimented him. Friends asked for pictures. Family members congratulated him. Daniel felt successful. But months later, the excitement disappeared. The loan remained. The maintenance remained. The insurance remained. The fuel remained. And every month, a large portion of his salary disappeared before he could even touch it. Daniel had bought something that made him feel rich. By making himself financially weaker. Then came the phone call. One Monday morning, Daniel was asked to attend a meeting. His company was restructuring. His position was being eliminated. Just like that, his salary disappeared. Daniel walked out of the office carrying a box of his belongings. For the first time in years, there was no next salary to look forward to. That evening, he sat in his apartment and opened his banking app. His savings were painfully low. His loan balance was still huge. His monthly expenses were enormous. And the car he had bought to prove that he was successful suddenly looked completely different. Daniel looked around his apartment. The expensive furniture. The television. The clothes. The gadgets. The car outside. Everything suddenly felt like evidence. Evidence of money he could have saved. Evidence of opportunities he had ignored. Evidence of a future he had sacrificed for temporary comfort. Then he remembered something his father once told him. Son, money doesn't disappear all at once. It disappears through small decisions you keep repeating. Daniel finally understood. His problem wasn't one expensive purchase. It was thousands of small decisions. The unnecessary meals. The impulse purchases. The lifestyle upgrades. The loans. The desire to impress people. The belief that tomorrow would always provide another opportunity. But tomorrow had arrived. And this time, it brought no salary. Daniel spent the next few months rebuilding his finances. He sold things he didn't need. He reduced his expenses. He negotiated his debts. He started saving again. He stopped trying to look wealthy. And slowly, he began building something much more valuable than an expensive lifestyle. Financial security. Years later, Daniel would earn good money again. But he was a different person. When his income increased, he didn't immediately increase his lifestyle. He saved first. Invested carefully. Built an emergency fund. And most importantly, he learned to ask himself one question before spending money. Will this purchase make my future stronger, or just make my present more comfortable? That question changed his life. Because Daniel discovered a painful truth. You can earn a lot of money and still be poor. Not because your income is small, but because everything you earn already belongs to something else. A loan. A lifestyle. A debt. A desire. An obligation. Or someone else's expectations. And perhaps the greatest financial mistake you can make isn't spending money. It's spending the money your future self will desperately need. So before you buy something just because you can afford it, pause. Before you take a loan for something you don't need, pause. Before you increase your lifestyle because your salary increased, pause. Ask yourself. If my income disappeared tomorrow, would I still be okay? Because the real measure of financial success isn't how expensive your life looks. It's how secure your life is when nobody is watching. And sometimes, the money you regret spending today is the money you will wish you had tomorrow. This is Promisky Stories. If you want more powerful stories that reveal the hidden lessons behind money, success, and life, subscribe. Because sometimes, the most expensive lessons are the ones we learn too late.